welcome to the inauguration of Alka Pande's book Shringara, The Many Faces of Indian Beauty. And so my conversation with you actually would be more of questions than any other or further conversation. So Alka, first tell me, how did you come, the genesis of the book? What was the idea?
Okay, I'll just take a little break here and first thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule, Sudhir, and coming to launch the book. I've been a great admirer of your work and have been reading certain books of yours which I think at some point we overlap, because you've also been writing on sexuality, sensuality, the Kama Sutra, and those are areas where I have also crossed boundaries. So I'm really very, very happy that you are the one to be launching my book on beauty. Now to come to your question, why Shringara? It actually started more than 8 years ago when I was teaching aesthetics at the College of Art. And I found that there wasn't really a kind of a reader to introduce the students of visual arts into aspects of Indian beauty. And when I talk of beauty and the word Shringar, it's not like the bindis that you are using or a sari shop which is Shringar, but I go back to the Natya Shastra, to chapter 6 of the Natya Shastra, which has in it the theory of rasa. And in the rasas, amongst the 8 rasas which have been expounded by within the Natya Shastra, the 9th rasa Shanta, which was added by Anandavardhan, I decided to pick on Shringar because Shringar is the Rasaraj and encompasses within it Alankar, embellishments, Dhvani, which is suggested meanings, adornment, embellishment, and love. And I thought the notion of Shringar would in many ways cross boundaries of understanding and appreciating Indian art.
That the Indians, not the sense of beauty, but the Indian way of looking at beauty, or Shringar in that, because you gave all those different meanings, is somehow different from some other civilizations. In the sense, the celebration of the body is such an important part, not only of human beings, but of gods. There are very few civilizations where gods are celebrated for their beauty. In fact, in Bhakti Rasa, there is so many poems where you get connected to God by celebration of physical beauty. So that the Shringar becomes extremely important for all art. Would that be a fair thing to say, that in that India is not unique, but very specific, since you know art of so many other civilizations also?
Well, I think you really, come to a very, very sensitive point, because particularly in medieval India and Riti Kali poetry, where bhakti was actually through also the celebration of physical aspect of not just the body adorned, but also the experiencing of love. Love and beauty go hand in hand, particularly within the Indian subcontinent. And when you look at the eternal lovers, Radha and Krishna, there is a beautiful, there are some very beautiful paintings where Radha and Krishna are exchanging garments and adornments. And there is a beautiful painting where Radha is actually adorning Krishna with every jewel that she wears, and Radha is dressed as Krishna. So there is also that, that ultimate love when Radha becomes Krishna and Krishna becomes Radha. So the entire becoming of one into the other is, I think, very much, very, very specific, as you said, to bhakti poetry in particular. And where Meera, when she's worshipping Krishna, he's like her lover. So it's within Riti Kaleen and bhakti poetry in particular, this whole process of physical love which then leads to spiritual love, which then leads to ultimate ananda. This is one of the processes of attaining really. And also I think perhaps it's Hinduism or particularly pre-modern India, where pleasure and desire are so much part of Hindu philosophy, where every god has a consort and the gods enjoy bliss with their consorts. I mean, whether it's Kartikeya with his two wives, Valli and Devasena, whether it's Ganesh with Riddhi or Siddhi, whether it's Shiva and Parvati, the intense love making of which there are numerous writings. I think it's only in Indian philosophy that you have so much of experiencing of love.